Welcome to this session, which is about the power of empowering a common citizen and farmers that changes their lives while being a win-win for the government in terms of fiscal resources and economic development. We want to showcase India's example of both the rooftop solar as well as the solarization of agriculture program. And we are fortunate. We have Union Minister of New and Renewable Energy, Mr. Pralhad Joshi, and the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra. He is a personally torchbearer of the solarization of agriculture program. And we also have the Honorable Foreign Minister of Zimbabwe, who has joined us as well, because this is wonderful experience of India-Africa collaboration. I will begin in the interest of time, a very short video that I would like to be played, and then I will hand over to the Honorable Union Minister for New Renewable Energy, followed by the CM and then the Zimbabwe Foreign Minister. Please.
Across the global south, the energy transition is not just about megawatts. It is about access, livelihoods, and resilience for millions. The International Solar Alliance partners with countries to translate solar ambition into on-the-ground impact, especially through decentralized and people-centric energy solutions. India's recent solar journey offers powerful lessons. Through rooftop solar, solar-powered agriculture, and decentralized energy systems, India has demonstrated how clean energy can directly strengthen households, farmers, and communities. This transformation has been driven by strong state-level institutions, clear policy frameworks, innovative financing, and mechanisms that reduce investor risk and enable rapid deployment. At WEF 2026, this session focuses on translating India's experience for the global south, offering practical, replicable models for rooftop solar, solar pumps, and decentralized solar energy. Aligned with ISA's mission, the session highlights how digital public infrastructure, demand aggregation, and standardized processes can accelerate adoption across diverse national contexts. The outcome is clear: shared learning, stronger partnerships, and faster pathways for countries to build inclusive, resilient solar ecosystems. Scaling solar where it matters. India's lessons on rooftop, agriculture, and decentralized energy for the global south.
With that, I'll request the Honorable Union Minister, Shri Pralhad Joshi, for New and Renewable Energy to kindly give his keynote address.
Honorable Chief Minister, and most successful as far as renewable energy, decentralized renewable energy is concerned in Maharashtra, Sri Devendra Fadnavis ji, His Excellency Minister of Zimbabwe, and all other dignitaries, excellencies, bureaucrats. I am very happy that yesterday ISA, that is ISA, organized how AI can help and digitization can help in overall this renewable energy future. I think they who have attended here yesterday, that was an eye-opener, how India energy stack is working. And the way in which it is going on, one of the panelists yesterday said that when it will be fully and finally unleashed, that will be a big gift to the world. That was the panelist yesterday, he said that. And that will change the entire scenario, not only in India, in the entire world. Having said that, today what is being organized by ISA is how we can scale up, especially in the developing country, global south, and how we can fulfill the aspiration, because Indian society has also become aspirational society. How the solar and that is renewable has changed the energy history and the energy story of India. These are all the things which I think under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Modi, what has been done in last years, 10-11 years, I think that needs to be showcased. Sometimes many feel that transition is a burden on the growth. Transition is burden on the development, but India has shown that the transition is a very, very energy of our growth and development. We have decoupled the emission from the growth. So this model, of course, there are no shortcomings at all. There are shortcomings still because it is evolving. But as on day, what is happening, that needs to be understood. Even in India, after the 55 years, or maybe 60 years in 2014, there were the villages which were not connected with the electricity. 18,000 odd villages that have all been connected, and in some of the places where we cannot reach, where there is a thick forest, tribal area, there we have installed the solar panel. So along with that, what has been done in utility scale, that is also is amazing. 81 gigawatt of the renewable energy in 2014, and today it is 267 gigawatt. Means 2% of the installed capacity is from renewable energy sources. That we had promised toward COP26, what Honorable Prime Minister has given commitment to the world was by 2030 we are going to achieve that. But India's conviction and India's passion under the leadership of Prime Minister, we have achieved it 5 years well in advance. So keeping that, when I said that along with growth, along with development, we are going with the green. So we have, at the same time, India is developing, our GDP is between 6 to 8 continuously, almost from 15. Shri Modi took over in 14th, and 15th almost we are. In between COVID, other than the COVID, we are the fastest growing economy and we are the 4th largest economy. When economy is growing, naturally need of power is one of the important thing. The whatever additional capacity we needed, we have added through this renewable energy. So further we are adding to that because we want to go 500 gigawatt by 2030. When you have achieved this 50%, 5 years, well in advance, naturally world expect that we should achieve with that also. So we are going ahead with that. In the meanwhile, the need is that we have converted into a people's movement. Sri Devendra Fadnavis ji is sitting here. He has made a very huge change as far as this people movement. What Prime Minister gave direction, what Prime Minister showed the way, on that path he is running so fast that entire India and entire world are looking at Devendra Fadnavis. In a one single month, I believe, 49,000 pumps, irrigation pumps have been solarized. And 16 gigawatt only through decentralized solarization, decentralization in every farmland, in every village. In a decentralized way, solar panels are installed and by that electricity is generated, and whatever the electricity is needed for their irrigation purpose, they are using it, and remaining electricity that is being sent to the grid. What about land? Land is the issue. Land is the issue, especially in India where the population is very high and even in other countries also. For that also a very, very attractive policy was brought in. A special purpose vehicle was formed. And today it is yielding the result. And Maharashtra, under the leadership of CM Devendra Fadnavis, they are first time reducing the tariff. That is the result of that. Why I insisted Devendra Fadnavis should be here. Probably you might have faced a little because you are so busy. But I said, in the entire this CEO team of the world, if you showcase what India is doing under the leadership of Prime Minister and how you have led the state, if that story can be told, then I think Global South can also follow this. So what we are doing today, see, it doesn't mean that, as I said, India is growing and our per capita emission is also not very high. If I can say, I may not be wrong. If I am wrong, I may be corrected by the DG ISA. From almost last 100 years, our emission is not going high. It is at the same level. Correct, na? In spite of that, we are doing all this exercise. And our power is affordable. Our power is not affordable. It is definitely affordable. If I can quote about Madhya Pradesh, there with battery storage, their tariff, their discovered price per unit cost has come down so much low that it is 3 rupees 40 paisa. What in dollar? How much it is?
3.5 cents.
3.5 cents. So with battery, about reliability, many things we are trying to do. One is battery storage. India is planning the storage capacity of 411 gigawatt per hour by 2030. Out of that, there is a pump storage also, because terrain is okay for that. And also the battery storage, wind and hydro, all put together, we are moving toward that direction. And grid modernization, and even almost 250 million digital meters we are fixing in the PM Surya Ghar, that is rooftop solar. When I say this rooftop solar figure, I will not take much of time because I think there is a panel discussion and Devendra ji has to address and he should also proceed. I have also got one engagement. This overall Prime Minister Surya Ghar Bijli Yojana, Mufta Bijli Yojana, means installation of rooftop solar, it has crossed 2.7 million today. When it completes 10 million, that itself is going to generate more than 30 gigawatt of power in decentralized way. So we should, our grid has to be modernized. For that also we are investing. For all these schemes, for farmers, PM Kusum, PM Surya Ghar for rooftop solar, government is supporting. So this has become a mass movement, people movement. And by that, what we are planning to achieve by 2030 and net zero by 2030 and by 2047, 1800 gigawatt through the non-fossil sources. That is that whatever the plan or the trajectory what has been rolled out, that is quite on track with the guidance and the leadership of Prime Minister and the various states like Maharashtra, where they are, the Prime Minister direction, Prime Minister wish has been rolled out on the ground. So if all such things, if that can be showcased, because government under the India, under the leadership of Prime Minister, we have become the global voice of the global South. So we want to showcase, and there is a huge scope for the investment. Lastly, I would like to tell for the 500 gigawatt and modernization and smart metering and green energy corridor. I think we are we have already invested, and in the green energy corridor 3, Devendra ji, we are investing 86,000 crores. What is in the dollars here?
10 billion.
$10 billion we are investing in only transmission corridors, green energy 3, that has been almost in the stage of approval. And Prime Minister is also very passionate. I am hopeful that it will be done. So, Green Energy Corridor 1 and 2. 1 we have successfully almost completed. 2 it is going on. Many states we have given huge amount, and even in 3 we are going to allocate that. By this, there will be huge change it is going to come. So I welcome you all who have come here, especially from all over the world. And you can kindly hear further from Shri Devendra ji. And then His Excellency will speak. After that, Ashish has really doing well. After Ashish took over as a DG of the ISA, many wonders have been done, Devendra ji. And I congratulate him also, having come here and organized many such sessions, showcasing how not only it is not just showcasing the India. India always think Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family, one earth. This is our concept. For that, we are showing our story, and we want to make that same can be replicated, the world will benefit. With these words, once again, I welcome you all. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the inspiring speech and the kind words. Before I hand over to Honorable CM Devendra Fadnavis, there's a small video on the Maharashtra's experience, because audiovisual speaks a lot more. We'll play a short video and then we'll request the Honorable CM to speak.
India stands at the heart of the global energy transition, with $460 billion investments planned over the next decade in clean energy and infrastructure. Maharashtra leads this charge, serving over 40 million consumers through an extensive and resilient network. Under the Viksit Bharat vision of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the leadership of Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, Maharashtra commits $3.7 billion investment in generation, transmission and distribution sector. Maharashtra's green hydrogen policy positions the state as India's first green hydrogen hub to drive industrial decarbonization, clean investments, and green jobs. By 2030, the state will be adding 45 gigawatts capacity in its energy portfolio, 91% renewables, boosting renewables share from 13% to 52%. Mukhyamantri Saur Krishi Vahini Yojana 2.0, the world's largest decentralized solar scheme, will be delivering 16 gigawatts to farmers, slashing subsidies by $508 million and cross subsidies by $1.47 billion yearly. It saves $1.13 billion annually on power costs. The state's achievements include over 4.8 gigawatts of rooftop solar capacity, over 8 lakhs off-grid solar pumps, and 100% solar electrification across 17 rural locations. The state has made a Guinness Book of World Record by installing 45,911 off-grid solar pumps in a month. AI-driven load forecasting has saved $125 million, reflecting significant efficiency gains. Maharashtra's clean energy transition is ensuring tariff reduction over the next decade, building confidence among the consumers, especially industries. Maharashtra warmly invites global investors to its journey toward clean, affordable, and reliable energy. The state offers a stable regulatory framework, abundant renewable resources, a skilled workforce, and a rapidly growing energy market. Investing in Maharashtra means contributing to a greener planet while engaging in one of the world's fastest growing economies. Maharashtra is not just distributing power, it is empowering all the stakeholders, reshaping energy paradigms, and lighting the way to a sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous energy future.
Please welcome Honorable Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis.
Honorable Union Minister Shri Pralhad Joshi ji, His Excellency the Honorable Minister from Zimbabwe, Ashish ji, all the dignitaries present here, friends. At the outset, I am very thankful to Honorable Union Minister for telling the success story of the state of Maharashtra. Under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and Honorable Union Minister for Renewable Energy, Maharashtra has transformed the entire energy landscape in just less than a decade's time. Although I think everything is showcased in the film you just watched, but I must tell you that this entire story is very inspiring. We have 10% of our consumers who are farmers. These consumers were using 30% of power. The cost of power to supply them was 8 rupees per unit, and what was charged to them was 1 rupee per unit. 7 rupees were going from state exchequer or in form of cross subsidy, thereby increasing the cost of power supply for the industrial consumers and the other consumers as well. So it was a absolute vicious cycle. But with the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we decided to entirely shift the agriculture power load on solar, and we started Asia's biggest decentralized solarization plan, whereby every agriculture feeder was separately solarized. We created a new company to supply power to the farmers, and now around 16 gigawatts of power will be generated through solar, through this distributed system, and will complete this project by the end of this year. It's absolutely on track. We have already dedicated around 5 gigawatt. Every month now, we'll be dedicating nearly a gigawatt, by which we'll be completing this entire project. And as rightly told by the Honorable Minister, now the cost of power supply to the farmers, which was 8 rupees, has come down to less than 3 rupees, thereby reducing the entire cost burden on the industry as well as the domestic consumers. And now, again, the scheme which was mentioned by Honorable Minister, PM Surya Ghar Yojana, we have installed rooftop solar which are generating around 4 gigawatt of power, and that also is progressing very well. They are not just powering the homes, but they are also supplying to the grids, thereby bringing down emission levels very low. Apart from that, for the new connections, we started solar pump on demand scheme, aligning with the central government's scheme. And today I am very happy that of all the solar pumps that are installed in entire country, our state accounts for 60% of those pumps. Will be soon crossing million plus. And now how that is impacting, I must tell you that for next 5 years, our multi-year tariff, which was going up 9% every year, is now coming down every year. And in power purchase cost, in next 5 years, we will save $10 billion. And if you calculate the impact in a different way, I would say that this solarization program will mitigate carbon emissions to the tune, if we plant around 300 crore trees, those trees in their entire lifespan will do the carbon sequestration equal to the solarization which we have done. So I think the environmental impact of this is very huge. Apart from this, we have also developed a resource adequacy plan for the future. And by 2032, we will be generating around 45 gigawatt more power, out of which 70% will be solar. So as we have already showcased, by 2030, so when we started this program 3-4 years back, the entire power mix was 13% renewable. By 2030, we will be 52% renewable. And with this resource adequacy plan, we are creating power evacuation corridors, new infrastructure, whereby we also want to stabilize our grid. And for grid stabilization, battery storage is also envisaged, and we have already started few projects in the space of battery storage. And with the geography of Western Ghats in India, we have huge scope for pump storage. And I must tell you that although we don't require that much of power, but now we are creating capacity to stabilize the entire national grid. And today we have actively started pump storage projects worth 80,000 megawatt, and very soon will reach 100,000 megawatt. And that will actually be able to stabilize not just our grid, because we require 5 to 10,000 megawatt only. Rest will stabilize the national grid. I would like to say that this entire story, which we have been able to do, is inspired by the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who through the Solar Alliance is not only inspiring us, but he is inspiring the entire global community. And I'm sure that there are learnings and failures with us. We would like to share them with all our global partners, so that even if they want to emulate, if they want to replicate, I think the learnings and failures will be very useful to them to do it at a better speed than how we could achieve. So I must thank the Honorable Minister for giving me this opportunity to showcase the Maharashtra story to the world. And we are committed to do more. We are committed to fulfill the aspirations of our people and dreams of our Honorable and beloved Prime Minister. Thank you. Jai Hind.